living in the family environment with the hierarchy and with the family structure could be detrimental to the relationship between you and your woman, and including the sex life between you and her. Out of those women that you met on the streets, one of them maybe you will find to go deeper with, either because you had a great connection from the point when you met, or because in the bedroom, doesn't matter how many sufferings, doesn't matter how many insecurities she once had, but she has the tremendous amount of courage just to open herself up to love, to the masculine guidance, to the masculine openness. So with all that, you telling yourself, and both of you are actually telling yourselves that maybe it's the time to move in with each other, just so that you can go deeper, focusing on one with each other, to go deeper to explore the world of intimacy, to explore the world of sexual adventures. Now the COVID hits, completely out of the blue, completely out of random, completely unexpected. She offered that maybe you can move in with her to her side of the family, who live, in the village right outside the city. To you, this is actually a refreshing feeling because you've been living in the city all the time, trying to set up your business, trying to do this and do that, and really kind of in need of changing environment. So you take the advantage, follow the flow of the universe. Yeah, why not? Try a village, and it's not that to say that you got locked up in the village and you cannot go out. You can still drive out to the outside of the village to do the grocery shopping or meeting the people. There's completely no problem. The only thing change is you go into a quieter place with more nature, the river, which is beneficial to you in all kinds of aspects. So you agreed to that right away. So you go there, living with your side of family, and it was really really refreshing because all looks like all the family members are connected and they like to know you, they want to talk to you. But soon after that, you start to feeling like things are changing on the both sides between you and your girlfriend, the both sides. Starting from your side, you started depleting more and more energy. You're aware that you become a bit more tired and exhausted. Because after the refreshing period of being with a new in the new family environment, getting to know each other, you realize that most of them, doesn't matter how connected they are, but it's actually still on a very superficial level. A lot of times they have kind of connected, kind of half-assed small talks. More precisely speaking, you find yourself in a situation where you start to uh, say things that you don't want to say because you're obligated to say it. Do things you don't want to do just because you're obligated to do it. Now that starts from your empathy, starting from your care naturally, deeply from a higher dimension, caring about other people. Some things you might hold back because you just feel like either they don't understand it, or your honesty and straightforwardness, your integrity can actually really damage their feelings. Another thing is that you realize that, yeah, because I'm only temporarily staying here, there's no way to no there's absolutely no reason to be so rigid and pushing uh, for everybody to wake up from their illusions or something. So a lot of things you just take a step back and you just don't say it, or you say something that just sort of kind of things they can understand. And the more and more you realize that once you drop yourself from a higher dimension to another in order to plug in with this hierarchy and with those family members, you realize that you start reacting to things that you clearly see as completely just pure egoistical. And yet you started reacting to these things, and even sometimes they will tell you, "Oh, don't worry about that. Everything's okay." You're like, "Heck, since when start I worry about these things?" You know, that's the moment you realize that a lot of energy has been depleted and wasted in the process of just trying to plug in with them, and in order for them to understand, and coming from your heart of trying to caring about other people. Now, this is kind of like selflessness that you have, but this is kind of selflessness has become a little bit of detrimental to you, and it become even more detrimental to you and more as the day goes by. On your women's side, however, the moment when she's re-plugged in back to the family, you started feeling that her behavior will change. She started to become much less uh, uh, engaged in the sexual in the sexual activities with you in the bedroom, because she would say that I'm worried about waking other family members up, or when you do a sexual play with her, and she become super timid and even shy, and even just completely close down to it, and you're like, this is not what I knew about you. Even worse than the first time you met her. The reason was because the family structure, she will even say, oh, that we're living in the family now, we just need to care about this, and maybe in the future when we move out of this environment, we can do that, and all kinds of worries that she has. And again, you decide to let it go, because you also say that, yeah, maybe this is for the time being, we're living in this environment, but in the future we're going to move away. But more and more, just to realize that for the time being isn't just a short amount of time, because you are actually still um, you're going to stay in this place for a little while longer. And during this time, your girlfriend literally is uh, closing down in many every way. And also at the same time, she started having even more. You're aware that maybe she may or may not aware that her attachment towards the family become even more stronger. She wanted, as the time goes by, she wants to spend even more time with them, even though the moment when you first met her, it was the time when she broke out from the family structure, because that structure brought her dissatisfaction in life, and even depression, even the loss of that confidence. And she went out for travel. That's where she met you, because she wanted to break out free, because she wanted to experience something, and that's why she liked you, because you represent masculine freedom. You represent that kind of pure sheer joy of life, that ability, the capability of pursuing, of chasing the things that you are passionate about, and that's something inspired her so much. This is the reason why your uh, your sex life with her is so much fueled with the passion of life itself. But now things started taking, maybe complete, but started taking a negative turn. That she's feeling that kind of insecurities, she's feeling the judgmental behavior, the mindset from her side of the family. This is something that you have to pay attention to, because even sooner after that, the longer as it goes, not only she's feeling being judged, and even more self-conscious. Doesn't matter how many um, sexual adventure you have brought her into, or maybe spiritual practice you have been teaching her, and even the ones, for example, the yoga or the meditation she has got herself into prior to meeting you, it all stopped at this point in the family. She started wanting to spend more time with them, chatting with them, all the small talks and the cooking and all the kind of things. You feel like this is lovely, but soon you find that it has more elements of attachment than anything that's, more spiritual or aware or pure. It has become more and more unconscious. That which also depleted her energy. Also, the energy that could have been used in bed, could have been used in the intimate relationship, to bring that to a next, more connected, more conscious level, more fulfilling level. The side of her family, because you're just a new guy, they may accept you, have that kind of openness and bravery to accept you to be a part of their family. But all the time, they're trying to directly or indirectly check up on you, just to make sure that their family member, to their parents, their daughter, is being treated right by you. you already know that in an intimate relationship, this can be very, very intense, very changing every single day, and she knows that too. You can argue, even punch each other in the room or whatever it may be, making a lot of noise in bed, all kind of things. This is just what a love life, a natural love life is. But since she's closed down in the bedroom, she's getting shy, she's going all that, she cuts all the possibility for you to really having a fulfilling and fruitful love life, intimate life with her. Because you start worried about what's my, this is too noisy, what my family is going to say, all the kind of things. And because you started depleting your energy in an interaction with the family members, you are losing your gift that could have been given to a woman to bring her to absolute openness. So on both of your sides, the family structure and hierarchy has been directly, indirectly jeopardizing your oneness with each other. In the long run, maybe her attachment will come into play even more and ask you to stay here, having a baby, having a family, having her parents or even grandparents taking care of the children. Her biology started kicking in a different direction, and that's the moment you know that not only the family structure has been detrimental to the relationship, the split between you and her already started. This is the moment for you to have a serious conversation with her. Either that, or you just have to make up your mind after a certain period of time being with her. Doesn't matter how deep it is you use to connect with each other, you might have to move on your journey in your own way now, alone. I want to bring this to your attention because you do have a choice to make. Now, if you are not on that point to make that choice yet, you will know that what could potentially happen in the future. So then just you can watch out for that and have a clear vision and clear mind in your intimate life with her. I hope you guys have a nice weekend. I will see you guys in my next video.